welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So, happy 2022, happy new year. This is the first upload of the year, and it's fitting because we're gonna see what your love lives are looking like for the duration of the year. So, it's kind of what's next in love, right? But it's also just love predictions. We're just gonna get a good feel, a good overview for love. Now, you're gonna have to bear with me because this was not happening before I decided to film this video, but there's like some noise outside, possibly in the parking garage. I am not sure what's going on, but I'm just gonna take that as your love lives are gonna be very active, like you're gonna be very engaged as it relates to love this year. So yay. I don't think it's loud enough that it'll impact the video, but if you just hear that in the background, just ignore it. So we're gonna hop right into this. I have a tarot deck. I have 3 love-based decks. I have 3 adult-themed decks. We're gonna hop in. Hopefully I can get through all of them without making this super long. So I'm gonna let you select your piles now. We've got pile 1, the Dalmatian Jasper. We've got 2, the Howlite, and pile 3, which is the black laced agate. That's the heart-shaped one, okay? I'll give you another moment to select your pile. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, if you selected this Dalmatian Jasper, then this is your reading. So for a minute, I almost spaced, not minute, for the second, I almost spaced on what this was called, even though I know what it's called and I wrote it down. So you may not be paying attention to something as it relates to your love life. I'm going to just lead with that. There may be something you're overlooking, something you're forgetting, someone you're forgetting or trying to forget. I don't want to lead with past energy here, but it's giving forgetful, okay? So we're just going to lead with these tarot deck, well, this tarot deck, and then we're going to go into those oracles. So let me see what's next in love in this new year for you, pile 1. Let me get a good shuffle. Let's go. Okay, pile 1. All right. Might be past energy. So we've got the 3 of Swords, which is not the most ideal energy, but that's not a bad thing. It just means that there's some kind of heartbreak, some kind of possible trauma as it relates to love that you kind of carried over into this new year. Something that you're going to need to release, something that you may need to forget, or something that you're forgetting to acknowledge, heal from, release, you know, that kind of energy. So let me see what else. Upright is the Strength card. Okay, yeah, strong energy here of needing to release something, needing to clear some energy before you're going to be able to proceed. And at the bottom, before I take I want to get a 3rd card, but you have the 5 of Swords, and it's making me feel like you're self-sabotaging as it relates to love. Like, this isn't feeling like future energy, as it, even though it can be if you don't nip it. It's feeling like energy that you've carried over from the past year into this new year. And that makes sense. It's the beginning of the year, but you're being encouraged to nip it right now before you self-sabotage all of your romantic connections, or a romantic connection, whatever your plans are for this new year. You gotta clear that before you can proceed with 2022. Okay, that's just a warning. It's just the energy you're in right now. It does not mean that that is the duration of 2020 as it pertains to love, even though it could be if you don't, like I said, nip it. Because at the end, you've got 10 of Cups. So beautiful, right? Beautiful. So it's, you can get through whatever the pain, whatever the trauma is that followed you into this new year. At the bottom, you've got the Sun. So this is really positive energy, really good. It's very encouraging, because if you're feeling like you're not sure what's going to happen this new year, if you haven't been very optimistic about your love life in general, whether last year before, just a history of disappointment as it relates to love, disappointment as it relates to dating, this year you have the opportunity to completely flip that, right? Because 3 of Swords is all about it's like ripping the band-aid off. It's pain, but it's almost like necessary pain, right? It's it's the swords card, so it rules communication, ideas, concepts. So it's more like letting go of outdated beliefs, outdated thought processes that may be hindering your love life, right? So and then with the strength card following that, that strong Leo energy, strong sun energy. So you may have Leo placements, or you may encounter a Leo this year, right? So, or someone with Leo placements, because you have that very strong strength and sun combination. So, but it's all about optimism. It's about hope. It's about inspiration. It's about stepping into the light, stepping into the sun. So if you've been in that Three of Swords energy, you're going to step into that sun card very, very soon. Some of you are going to come into the deepest romantic connection you've ever experienced with that strength next to that 10 of Cups, someone that you may lay foundation with, someone that you're going to start a family with, right? Others of you, that 10 of Cups just shows that you're going to be out really exploring your options this year, okay? So either way, it's really, really positive energy. But I'm telling you, that 10 of Cups is like the ultimate fulfillment. It means that either you're going to, like I said, if you don't, you may settle down with your one true love this year, someone that you're really compatible with, someone that you start a family with, and it's going to go really well. But it's also like an indicator of all of your relationships, romantic and otherwise, but again, emphasis on romantic, are going to be very fulfilling. So if you date around this year, there are not going to be many connections that you experience that are going to be lacking. Like this year, I could see you, Pile One, dating a lot of people and then still maintaining those connections, even if they don't work out romantically. That's what I'm seeing for you. So that's beautiful energy, because remember, we have a lot of Leo energy on the table. We've got strength and the sun. That's fifth house energy. That's romance. That's friendships, right? That's joy. That's a house of, the fifth house is the house of pleasures, the house of joy. And that's the overall theme embodying your love life this year. So I love this for you. I love this for you. So let's hop into this oracle. Okay, I'm going to hop into this oracle for you. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure at the beginning when I saw the Three of Swords. I was like, I don't know. But that's just energy that you need to clear. Like if you haven't cleansed 2021, like for example, I'm filming this video at the time, like right now, I'm taking a break. Like I have laundry going. Like I have to clean my apartment. Like I have like a lot to do. So like I'm going to film it and then upload it. And as it's like saving, uploading, I'll finish that process. So if you still have baggage from the past year, you need to clear that out so that you can start this year fresh, right? And again, not take all of your trauma from the past year, not take all of the concepts, the outdated beliefs, like, because you changed, you grew this past year, and coming into this new year, you have new ideas, new concepts, new beliefs that'll make you more open and receptive, right? More confident and sure in who you are with all of this Leo energy, that strength in the sun card, right? To really experience the romance that you've been wanting, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of attention for you with that Leo energy, the strength and sun. Like you're gonna be a hot commodity this year, Pile One. Very much so. Lots of options and lots of quality options, whatever that means for you. So let me get teamwork. Whatever you lack, they got you, and vice versa. You have found your teammate in love and life. Beautiful. And that's also an emphasis of your social circle expanding. I know this is a love reading, but it feels like very social energy for you, Pile One, with that fifth house energy, right? And teamwork. You may meet someone through a friend, through a group, possibly through a colleague, someone of that nature. But regardless, again, the person, if you settle down this year, is really gonna balance you out. Again, like where you're lacking, that's where they're gonna fulfill you and help support you. Where they're lacking, you're gonna be able to naturally shift into supporting them. So that's really good energy. I saw intellectual affairs, so someone on a mental level, someone that really, really gets you in the way you think, okay? But lots of teamwork. I'm definitely seeing you meeting someone in a group setting this year. Okay, let me see if I can get one more. Where's my time? Okay, I got time. I can keep pulling. Let's see, I think I want one more and then I'll take the bottom. So let's see. This one wants to touch me. Okay. You've got good on paper. I heard the word money. That's hilarious. I heard the word money. I don't know why. But you'll date someone because you should, but the factor is missing. They don't excite you. Oh, okay, that may be what it is. So, like, again, we talk about those outdated concepts that you may have as it pertains to love. And then you have divorcee at the bottom. You'll meet someone that is divorced and possibly has children. You'll have to decide if they're worth pursuing. Now, that may be a literal card. I'm going to talk, this ties into that good on paper. Okay, shadow work, which you do need to do. Okay, but let's talk about that divorcee card. It's not necessarily just that. Like, some of you are gonna be with someone that's divorced. Some of you are gonna be newly on the prowl after getting divorced or a breakup. It doesn't have to be on paper. Even though we have good on paper, those are indicators of marriage. So some of you may get married this year. But I want to talk about the fact that divorcee talks about giving someone a shot that may not be what you originally thought, like, right, those outdated beliefs, those concepts that you have, like dating someone that typically wouldn't fit your full criteria. And I feel like you're going to be very open and receptive to that this year with the sun and the strength. I'm not saying you're going to like lower your standards. I'm just saying there's options that you never quite considered, and it looks like that's kind of going to be the energy you're going to be into this year, Pile One. But good on paper, like you're gonna meet a lot of people that kind of meet that meet your criteria, but it doesn't feel like that's going to be the fulfilling energies. If anything, it feels like you may meet a lot of people that you thought you would have a romantic interest in, but those are going to be more friendships, and they may actually lead you to the people that you're actually compatible with, if that makes sense, right? So very, very interesting. Okay, but you're going to be this year is going to be a year of self-evaluation for you, not internally. Like, you're not going to go in hermit mode and just try to figure out who you are as a person. You're going to learn that through your experiences, right? Teamwork. You're going to learn that through interacting with other people, dating, especially those of you in Pile One that are not very experienced as it comes to dating and romance. You're going to put yourself out there. You're going to date around. You're going to really figure out what it is that you're actually compatible with. So that's very, very nice energy. So let me pull from this next deck. Let's pull from this next deck. And we're going to get to the 18 plus themes at the end. I want to see just your overall themes of love before we touch on that, because I need a context to apply those energies to, if that makes sense. Retreat. So you're going to be traveling this year. Like it's time to disconnect from the world. It's not about this is not what that, I did not get that traditional energy at all, right? I have lots of fifth house energy here. I feel, if anything, if you do shut yourself away, Pile One, it is not because you're isolating yourself. It means you shut yourself up with a person. Like, you're on lockdown, like people are looking for you, like, where's Pile One, and you're laid up with somebody. That's the energy that I get. So, but I do see, like, traveling, exploring, and doing other things. Now, that said, love yourself first is at the bottom. So if this is not the energy that you're in already, like, you may be kind of stepping out of a hermit mode, but I'm telling you, I don't see 2022 being hermit mode for you. I see that retreat card as you, like, laid up with somebody, or like off and doing things, like going to a retreat. It's just not, your pile is not that of solo energy this year at all. Keep an open mind, and I think we just talked about that. We definitely did. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So I'm getting some energy from that. Okay, like I talked about, good on paper, keep an open mind. Like, it's not just about those qualities, those tangible qualities that you're seeking in a partner. I'm also seeing that some of you, if you have a certain person that's gonna come in that you're like, okay, this person's good on paper, it is saying to keep an open mind, because as you get to know this person, as the relationship develops, you may see aspects of them, right? Shadow work that may not be perfect. And people are not perfect. We're all human. We all have flaws or perceived flaws by other people. Like, what a flaw is to you may not be to someone else. Like, things that you didn't think would come up in a connection with a person that is so good on paper, right? So it's saying to keep an open mind and don't be so quick to move around on a connection that could be promising because you saw a little of that shadow side of this person. That's a specific message for some of you, but others of you, it is saying to keep an open mind about what you perceive as good on paper, right? And you have flirt at the bottom, which is very, very much so fifth house energy, right? Extend your lighthearted energy to others. I want to pull one more because I just felt the need to. But man, I mean, you're Power One, you feel like 2021 and romance is going to be really fun for you. Even if you end up settling down this year, it's going to be fun. Okay, well, chemistry is at the bottom. We're going to take it. I don't know why I just decided I was taking chemistry. I said I wanted one more. Maybe I just didn't want that bottom. Let me see. Oh, well, at the top is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So if there's a specific person, it's showing, one, be realistic about your expectations as it relates to this person. Because some of you may have a crush, and it's like, if you don't know this person, you can't we talk about this in readings, that fantasy-based perception, like where you project a personality onto this person, and then you engage with them on a deeper level, and you realize they're not meeting your expectations, not because they're not a quality partner, or not because they're not compatible with you, but because you already kind of made up who they are and just assumed. So we are taking chemistry, but it's showing that if you have chemistry with people, just be open to them being flawed as you are, right? And I feel like a lot of that work, that Three of Swords energy, that inner work that you're doing, you're gonna really realize that people are human, right? The people you're interested in are human, just like you. So it's gonna be a fun year, and it's gonna be a year of growth, but again, external growth and a huge expansion in your social circle. It is like it's gonna be that much. It's gonna be that kind of a year for you. Okay. So let me pull more from this. But yeah, if you date around and you meet somebody, like, you're still gonna interact with some of the people that you dated. I don't know how some of you feel about that, but it feels like there's gonna be collaborations and lots of working together and creative endeavors this year for a lot of you. Like, I probably was hearing money earlier because like this year is going to be really good for you. So I have reconciliation. Be open to someone returning and wanting to work things out with you. And I feel like I'm talking about that energy of, okay. So retreat feels like disconnecting from someone now that that's on the table. So I feel like this year you may meet someone, it may not be what you expected. And then later on in the year, you're going to kind of reconcile, if that makes sense. Like, you'll meet somebody, it's not perfect, so you part your separate ways, and then you realize you're human and they're human, and you kind of meet back up. You may actually meet back up traveling. Like, you may meet this person somewhere where you didn't expect to see them. Like, what are you doing here? Right? I haven't seen you since we dated. And at the bottom right now, you have very soon. So you're already stepping into whatever this energy is. But I do feel like you're going to be very busy as it relates to romance this year. And it may be what gets you into that 10 of Cups energy of settling down. Like, you may have someone that you're moving, like, have all of this activity with, right? Someone that you date, okay, it's not working out, or you too busy, they're too busy, you go off, you do your own thing, you live your life, you date other people, and then towards the end of the year, you get back together. That happens sometimes. And as I'm shuffling and I stop, I just saw falling in love. I see third party. Let's see. So like I said, all very busy as it relates to romance for you. I want to get two more. Make a move. The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make a move. So the nosy side of me almost wants to see, like, like, should you make a move, or is someone making a move to you? But we're probably gonna see. And I don't want to make this too long. I want to see I want to get to those 18 plus decks, right? So I'm gonna pull one more, and then I'm gonna take the bottom. But yeah, you're gonna have lots of people pursuing you. Okay, lots of people pursuing you. But some of you, there's an underlying energy of a specific person, right, that you're hoping for in this year. And it's looking like something may develop with that, if so. You got two more, okay. Harvest. You planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I feel like those of you that are asking about a specific person, it's showing that, hey, it may work out. It's like this year is that year that it may work out with that person, or like if you have a crush, you may interact with your crush soon, because we did have very soon. But at the bottom, regardless of if you have a crush, if you have someone you're waiting on, you are the main attraction. Look at that bright Leo energy, right? That's Dorothy Dandridge right here. She is like giving her best, okay? So someone can't keep their eyes off of you. You are the leading star. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. But we are talking about this main attraction card. So again, someone can't keep their eyes off you. You are the leading star. You are the center of attention. You are this whole 2022 Power One. Like this is your year. You can have whoever you want. That's the energy of this year. Like you can have whoever you want. We do this every reading, y'all. Bear with me. Yes. So, yeah, but you can have whoever you want. But again, exciting news. So if there's a specific person, good news is coming your way, whether it be a pregnancy, an engagement, or moving in together. Get excited to celebrate. So if you're looking for a commitment with a very specific person, you can have that this year. But honestly, you're going to have to figure out if you need to make a move, or if they're going to make a move to make that happen. Because at the end of the day, if no one takes action, it doesn't matter, right? But again, this is a really exciting year for you, because you can have whoever you want. So I'm trying to see if I see any other. No, because I did not bring, I didn't pull out the astrology based decks today, because I wanted to make sure I had enough space for the romance decks. So we don't have those today. But heavy Leo energy, which you don't have to have Leo placements. The person coming in doesn't have to have Leo placements. For many of you, it will be so, but it's just a heavy Leo energy surrounding you, a heavy, bright, vibrant sun, very much fifth house themes this year for you, Power One, okay? So let's get into the 18 plus. Like what's your love life gonna be looking like in 2020 as it relates to sex, right? Again, you're a hot commodity. Let me take you. You're gonna have if you want to be having sex, you can be having sex. Like whoever you want. You're just such a hot commodity. Like you're on fire this year, and I love this for you. Okay, let me take you. That's the energy you have into role playing. So I'm seeing lots of dates. Role playing gives me dress up, right? Lots of dating. And not necessarily dating multiple people if that's not your thing, but just if you have a specific person that you date throughout the year, it's going to be very romantic, very fun, very engaging. Like you're going to get dressed up, and it's going to be that kind of sexual experience. Like you're going to go out, you're going to have dates, you're going to do activities, whatever things, and then you're going to come back, or you're going to do it while you're out. Like maybe it's in public, because we have this role playing energy coming in of just having fun with your sexual experiences this year. It's going to be very fun, but if that makes sense, because like we keep talking about these fifth house themes, because they are like screaming from the table. Okay, let me get another card, and I think I'll take the bottom after this one. Yes, exactly. Show your wild side. So if you've been very restricted or limited, like you're going to be very open in 2022 as it comes to romance and sex. Like you're going to be very liberated, like can't handle you. Like your partners or your partner is just not going to be able to take you. Like you are going to be out and like really, like I said, liberated, freedom, like very expressive sexually this year. Like this is a year where you really come into your own sexually, you know, and that makes sense as you get older, as you get more comfortable with who you are and yourself. What's that? Be freaky for me. See, like that's what it says. Like that's the kind of energy that you're going to step into this year. That's going to be fun. That's a really fun energy for you, Power One. It is. So let me pull from this other deck, and I have one more after that. But I mean, just very liberated, very expressive, very fun energy. Okay. Sexual healing. Again, if you've been very limited, if you have some of that Three of Swords energy, some outdated beliefs as it relates to love and sex, you know, we're looking at sex specifically now. If you have outdated beliefs about sex, then when I say outdated, I don't mean from a societal perspective. I mean outdated for you as a person, right? Like it's no longer serving you individually. So you're gonna be like that sexual healing. You're gonna be very comfortable sexually this year, Power One. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Let me see. I guess I'll take these two because they wanted to throw themselves at me. This is fun. Secret lover. So it goes back to that retreat card. Like you may be shut tight with some of you are going to be shut tight this year with somebody. Like hiding from the world. Like what happened to Power One? Where's Power One? Power One is like laid up with their boo. Okay. That's where Power One is. Or off in the sunset with their boo, like traveling. Like, you know, I do see, like you being very private about whatever it is you have going on. So while you're very social, very out there dating around, interacting with a lot of people on a romantic level, I do see you keeping that to yourself, like keeping your business to yourself. Like if you settle down this year, like you won't tell people until it's stable and you have going deeper. So I do see a lot of you definitely settling down closer to the end of the year with a connection that's very, very deep. Like you in all of this midst, which makes sense. You're out there. You're very out there. You're dating. You're open. You're engaging people. You're interacting more. So it makes sense that you would find someone to really get stable with by the end of 2022. But going deeper just shows like, I mean, you're going to be having lots of intimate experiences, whether with one person or more than one person. And yeah, I mean, sexual healing going deeper, it's just really going to be a transformative year for you sexually and on a romantic level because you have at the bottom romantic. So it's feeling like, yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to explore sexually, but at the same time, in all of this fun and all of this growth and developing romantically and sexually, you're really going to establish at least one connection this year that's just going to really take you deeper, right? Be very romantic. Again, that 10 of Cups energy that ended the tarot spread, it feels like laying a foundation with teamwork and the sun. It's like talking about starting a family with that 10 of Cups. Some of you may start a family. There's actually a card on the table that I covered up that I think talks about that. But just make sure, yeah, exciting news. So some of you may, if you're already in a romantic connection, you're going to take that connection deeper, explore each other sexually. If you broke up, get back together and actually start a family. Because I do see pregnancy for some of you on the cards with exciting news and the sun and the 10 of Cups. Some of you may have children this year. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, Power One. Oh, no. Wow, I was wrapping that up, but no. I have another deck. I felt like that was it. I don't know why I felt like that was it, but we're gonna use this deck because I went and got this deck out of the closet. Okay, we're using it, and then I'll finish. But your power's a little bit longer than I expected it to be, I think, because I was trying to keep this relatively short so that like I don't like having super long readings because they take too long to upload. Okay, so let's see, Power One. Sex for you in 2022. And maybe this deck just didn't want to be used for you because it's taking a lot. Okay, there it is. Okay. This is interesting in energy. So you got unrequited desire in reverse. And then you have standing alone. So if this is supposed to be like a sexual energy, I mean, you may have like a lot of self-pleasuring this year, possibly as you try to liberate yourself more sexually, but it's feeling like unrequited desire reverse and standing alone upright. This whole cycle of by the end of the year you settling down, like this feels like a connection you gave up on. And I may have touched on that earlier, but it's feeling like you didn't think it was maybe a situation that wasn't reciprocated, or you felt like it wasn't reciprocated, or that person didn't realize you were interested in them. But unrequited desire in reverse and standing alone, like it makes me feel like whatever situation that was unrequited. You kind of went off and did your own thing. They went off and did their own thing. And then by the end of the year, you may come back together into a situation with that 10 of Cups. So that maybe that was why and then it's actually card 25, 24. So those may be relevant numbers for you. Okay. So now I'm truly going to wrap it up. Pile 1. Hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 2, if you selected this Howlite crystal, then this is your reading. So, the interesting thing to note is that I've cleansed all of the decks and everything, but when I first did the intro and I think into pile 1, it was very, very loud, and now it's very, very quiet. Like I can kind of hear my laundry, but like it's really quiet. So I don't know what that's all about, pile 2, but we're gonna see. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these tarot decks, and I keep saying these tarot decks, but like I only have one tarot deck, so maybe you're gonna have more than one person this year. Maybe pile 1's gonna have more than one person this year. I mean, I talked about them already, so I know what it is, but we're gonna see what's going on with you. But it's really quiet as I step into your love predictions for the year. So like I said, what's next in love for you 2022, the love predictions, the one tarot deck. I have 3 love-based decks and the 3 adult themed decks as well. So let's hop right in to it for pile 2 for 22. And just like that, there is a beep as the first card comes out, which is my laundry. Let me go stop it. I'm gonna pause and we're gonna talk about that card. Okay, pile 2, this is some really interesting energy. So the thing beeped and now my phone's ringing and I'm gonna decline it. Like it went from really, really quiet to really, really loud, and like the sound of me, I'm gonna talk about this card in a second, but like there's a lot going on around you, pile 2. Like you're very in tune, very spiritual, like things are moving now that I've tapped into your energy, like around me in my physical space right now. So the laundry that I switched out, I'm realizing that like I have a theme with the crystals, and like there's like the black white theme, like the yin yang, dark light energy. So that may be a theme for you this year. Like a lot of you are stepping into the light. And then like I don't know if you saw it right when I started the video, but like my incense has been it had been going straight up, which it does that. It was going straight up this whole time, and then all of a sudden it decided it wanted to flow into 2 lines into the frame, into the video. So like you probably could see that. I didn't look to see, but it definitely crossed the table. So something is moving for you, like in pair, right? In a yin yang, dark light, one half the other half away. And your first card that came out in the midst of all of this chaos after the eerie silence is this 8 of Swords, which is, it talks about, well, I feel like in this deck it talks about self-sabotage, but it's really about just holding yourself back in general. It's about restricting yourself in a way that you can't get ahead, and like to the point where you've kind of mentally tricked yourself into thinking that you can't progress romantically or otherwise, but really it's due to your own good. Like you did that yourself. Like you kind of stayed in the house, or you kind of rejected all of the romantic offers, or you didn't put yourself in a position to be with the person you want to be with, or the people that you're interested in, or people that you could be interested in. So it talks about that energy, and I feel like you're going to be stepping out of that. At the bottom we have the World. I'm going to keep pulling though. In this new year, like in 2022. So a lot, like it went from really quiet to really loud. So maybe that is your energy in 2022, and it's probably going to happen with a bang in a very unexpected way. Page of Pentacles. So pages are messengers, is very youthful energy, very fresh energy, like new beginnings. And you know, pentacles are material things, like they're based in money, they're based in opportunities. Like the Page of Pentacles is like a new opportunity that's coming in, right? An opportunity to make those moves physically. So like if you've been wanting love, if you've been manifesting love, if you've been manifesting romance, if you've been simply manifesting sex, this year you're going to realize that it's really only been you holding yourself back from these things, right? only you stepping into that Page of Pentacles. And once you have that revelation, or maybe you're having it now, or maybe you've recently had it, you're going to step into that Page of Pentacles energy of exploring these things, exploring ways to bring more love and romance into your life. So beautiful, beautiful energy for you, pile 2. So let me get one more card, and I'm going to take the bottom. 3 of Cups. You may have, like, the crystals are similar, so some of you may just pick all of the piles, but pile 2 right now, it's familiar to pile 1. I'm not gonna lie, but let's see where we're gonna try to make sure we make a distinction, right? Because 3 of Cups talks about fun. It talks about celebration. It talks about engaging with friends, going out, eating, drinking if you do, just enjoying life, being fulfilled, leaving the house, right? And that 8 of Swords, it's a really dramatic card. It's like, oh, I need to leave, I can't leave, the only way I'm gonna leave if I jump out on the swords. Like, it's really dramatic, and that may be your nature, pile 2. It's not like you can just go down the stairs of that tower and like walk out of the door. I promise. Like, I promise. That's the energy that you've kind of been in. And when you realize that, you're like, oh, I'm the Page of Pentacles. Like, this is fun. This is free. I'm able to express myself romantically. I'm able to date. At the bottom, you've got the 4 of Wands. So maybe that energy of you feeling stuck, right? Feeling like you don't know how to move on a romantic level, don't know how to date and pursue people, is due to being in a new situation, because the 4 of Wands talks about like it's a new home, right? I read it a lot as a new home because it's a couple outside of a new home, freshly married. So again, this may be the year you find the person that you eventually marry. This may be the year that you move in with a partner, possibly for the first time with that Page of Pentacles. So like, if you've never lived with a partner before, like a romantic partner, then this may be the year. I see that a lot. I see that for most of you. This is going to be the year where you actually like live with somebody for the first time. But yeah, or buy a house with someone, things like that. So it's really, some of you are going to have your first real relationship in 2022. So I love that. I love that. That's nice energy for y'all. But it's going to be very fun. It's going to be, the way that you pursue romance this year is going to be very bright-eyed. It's going to be very green, very new, very young, right? I don't see you rushing connections with that Page of Pentacles. It's Pentacles are very stable energy. They don't rush. They enjoy things. They live that 3 of Cups energy, but they don't rush. They're not gonna elope after a month, right? Like, if you settle down, it's probably gonna be closer to the end of the year because of that Page of Pentacles energy. But you do have romantic offers coming in, and they're gonna be very, very solid. It's feeling like very like I don't want to be bringing up the third party energy, but you may have like competing suitors this year. Like, you're gonna have people that realize, okay, pile 2 has someone that they're dating. I'm kind of interested in pile 2 as well. Let me make sure I step in before that other situation is so far gone that like I lose my chance. So like, it's feeling competitive. It feels like people are gonna be like competing for you this year. But yeah, it feels like you're going to pursue romance and love and even sex from a very young, very youthful, very inexperienced perspective. And some of you, it doesn't mean that you're actually very young, very inexperienced. It just means that maybe you've been off the market for a very, very long time, and with that 8 of Swords, you have no idea how to even step back, put yourself back out there, where you're really gonna find that energy this year, especially with the 4 of Wands. It's about comfort. It's about finding your footing, finding your comfort level in the situation. If you're in a new space, if you're in a new home, if you're in a new city, you're going to really establish yourself socially with that 3 of Cups, professionally, even with that Page of Pentacles. But you're really going to find your footing as it relates to romance in that area, if that's a thing for you. So let me pull from this oracle deck and see what we can get. I'm not getting much zodiac energy from this pile because interesting, very interesting. I don't have this I didn't bring the astrology based decks because I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to use the romance decks and the adult theme decks. So we just don't have that energy today. But I'm realizing in me having that revelation of it. There's not a clear zodiac sign energy. Maybe there's a lot of you that selected this pile. These are all minor arcana cards. You don't have any majors, which makes sense. I mean, you know, there's not that many of them in a deck compared to the minor arcanas, but this is day-to-day energy. Like, this is minor energy. So this year may be more of a transitional year for you, pile 2. As it relates to love and romance, like, it, even if you settle down with someone, it'll be like, just like, I feel like by the end of the year you'll be just now establishing a very serious nature of the connection. Like, if you're dating someone throughout this year, it's going to be very fun, very casual. You're going to slowly build, like we talked about with that Page of Pentacles, and by the end of the year you may move in together, or you may get engaged or whatever. Like, I don't know if you're going to get married by the end of this year. Like, you may. It's not impossible, but a lot of you, you're just going to find someone that maybe you'll get married that next year, right? Because it's foundational energy, right? It's not larger purpose energy. It's and some of you, I'm hearing, it's not even that it's a transitional year. Is that last year was a transitional year. You did all of that major arcana energy last year, and so this year you can just kind of enjoy it and then experience the physical plane, if that makes sense. So let me get what I'm getting from this. And that may be why everything started acting up when I stepped into your energy. Is because, like, you've already established yourself spiritually, and now you're projecting that. Like, if you've been manifesting love and romance into your life, praying for that, you've already established that spiritual foundation, that spiritual root of what you want. In 2022 you're going to experience it in the 3D. So at the bottom we talked about it, love triangle, right? Third party. Getting caught in a love triangle causes heartache. Don't wait around for them to pick you. Get yourself out. So that is also a warning that if you are in a third-party situation, if you're waiting for someone that is already in a connection, or if there's someone that's dating you and someone else, free will, but you can also step into a new energy with that Four of Wands energy of moving on and pursuing other connections, right? That's for those of you that are the third party in a situation, or maybe one of two that someone's kind of trying to decide between. But I'm seeing that most of you in this pile, like, you are kind of like pile 1, that hot commodity, where it's like people are like, okay, like, it feels like you have two very strong options this year. Number 2, like, it's year 2022, you pick pile 2, and I'm telling you, like, something about that number 2 just in general as it relates to you, it's like there's some sort of significance. But you have 2 people, pile 2, that you're going to be able to choose between. At the bottom we do have marriage. Maybe you're trying to see who of those 2 people is going to be more marriage minded, more suitable for you as it pertains to marriage, with that Four of Wands. But it feels like in the midst of you in this 3 of Cups, enjoying your life energy, Page of Pentacles, just doing you, stepping out into the light, you're going to encounter 2 people this year very specifically that are very, very serious about you, and you're going to have a decision to make about like, you may get 2 proposals this year, pile 2. Like, it's possible, like, or 2 people that express a desire to marry you at some point. So this is juicy. There's always one scandalous pile. There's always one, and I feel like right now, pile 2, you typically lead the pack, but I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Love triangle. Let's see what else we can get from this deck. Love, hate. There is an indecisive pattern in this relationship. Can't live with them, can't live without them situation. So some of you, this is, you're going to have to break free of that connection. That 8 of Swords is you holding yourself back, waiting for someone that is not available to only you. Okay, and you're going to have to make that decision to kind of go out in that Page of Pentacles, slowly find your footing after being engaged with this person for so long, or even if it hasn't been that long, you were so wrapped up in holding yourself back into that connection, that, and very invested in that connection, that it's time, like, you're going to step out into that energy, find a lot of fun, and honestly, by the end of the year, you may meet someone new that is very serious about you, which is scandalous, because I'm also seeing that for those of you in this group where you've been waiting for this person, and they haven't been available to you, like by the end of the year, you're going to have somebody else that you're engaged with and they're going to come back. So they're going to be that third party. It's just it's a cycle, right? That's why you have love, hate, back and forth, the cycle, the yin and yang energy. Like it's just hot and cold with you and this person. So you're going to have decisions to make by the end of the year as it relates to this person as you're engaging someone else. I'm not going to put my 2 cents in. I'm just going to read the cards and move on to the next scenario. Those of you where you're not waiting for someone, you haven't been holding yourself back because you've been engaged, you've been kind of afraid to put yourself out there. By the end of the year, you've been manifesting so much, right? You've been praying so much that now you have options. So you're going to have to figure out what it is to do with those options, because now you're indecisive. You're not sure who you want because you expected it to be one person to come in and it's not, right? It's you have options and you don't know what to do with them. So that may be interesting. Just don't let it cause you anxiety, pile 2, this year. If you have options as it relates to romance, that's a good thing. It's supposed to be fun. And if it gets stressful, then I would personally say maybe just take a little bit of time to yourself to figure out what you want, if you want a connection of that nature at all. Okay, so let me pull one more and I'll take the bottom. Block from love. There may be emotional baggage from the past blocking you from true love. It's time to release it. That's what's happening. Okay, so now I have a third energy. And I have on the rebound at the bottom, and we'll get into that in a second because it's very relevant. So those of you where you've been holding yourself back as a third party, waiting for somebody to leave somebody else or whatever, we talked about it. You're not receptive at this point, and even in the near future, to possibly to love and being in love with somebody else. So you need to work through that, because I do see you eventually getting over it and stepping into, as the year progresses, into that energy of just putting yourself out there and dating more. But just don't lie to yourself, like grieve that connection, because if you don't, it's going to be like surface level and it's going to be fake, because you're going to just be doing it on the rebound to try to forget about that person, right? You're going to be trying to forget about that person, and that's how you're going to end up leading someone else on that could be better for you. Okay, so just make sure you mourn that connection before you pursue other ones. Those of you where you're just a hot commodity in these streets and you have at least 2 people very serious about you, it doesn't look like some of you, you're not interested in either of them and you shouldn't lead these people on, but it also feels like those 2 suitors are not as like it's not as hard to choose as you make it seem. There's one that you kind of want to like more than the other, but you don't. And then there's one that you have these you're going to have these intense feelings for, but you're just so afraid of getting hurt that you almost would rather settle for the other one because it's the safer option. That's for some of you. Now, that third energy is those of you that you're not really, it's not just the 2 people, like you don't have 2 specific people, but you're dating, you're out here. That third party is your emotional unavailability. Okay, you have on the rebound, you're just trying to get out there, but like you have at least one very serious option this year, but you're just emotionally unavailable in general. Okay, so work on that. Okay, and it says someone is on the rebound. This could be a confusing ride. Take things slow. And that's why you have that Page of Pentacles, because I feel like you're very young energy as it relates to dating and romance, right? It's a lot of confusion here. You have indecisive pattern. You have confusing ride, very confusing energy, right? Emotional baggage, the past energy blocking you. So make sure you clear whatever energy that 8 of Swords is that's holding you back from pursuing romantic connections, because I could 100% see you self-sabotaging this year, pile 2. Now, it's not a guarantee, right? You know about it, heal from it, but don't allow your past, your emotional baggage, whoever you were worried about before, your fear of being hurt, block you from what could be the real deal. Because I see this year you could actually experience the real deal as it relates to romance. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck. Like I said, I have after this one I have one more romance based decks, and then I have the 3 adult themed ones, so we can see what sex will be like for you this year. But let's finish this love. Okay, love in 2022 for pile 2. Let's see. I want 3. Yeah, you don't like to feel, pile 2. I see romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Blocked from love, right? Like, don't do that to yourself, okay? Don't do that to yourself. Like I said, mourn whatever connections you need to mourn. If you don't have connections to mourn, if you're just afraid because you've never experienced love, like, you know, things like that, just work through whatever trauma you have associated with love and romance so that you can fully bloom and experience this. Because I do see something. You have a lot of opportunities. You have at least 1, 2 specific opportunities to really find the love you've been seeking, pile 2, if you would just work through it. And I see codependency. It's relevant because I saw it in this deck prior to, like, it didn't come out, but I saw it. So codependency, you may have codependency issues, but I saw it in both decks, even though it didn't come onto the table. So you have retreat, similar to pile 1. It's time to disconnect from the world. You may need to do that at some point this year. You may need to pull back and assess how you feel, assess how you're engaging with other people romantically, pile 2. I do see that, but I do see a period of reflection and just solitude, being to yourself. I feel like I do feel like you're stepping out of that. It was really quiet and then it got loud. You're stepping out of that, but I feel like you may rush in a little bit too quickly into the dating field prior to you being ready, and you may need to take a step back at some point, probably within the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter of the year. I'm just feeling that intuitively, and then assessing how you feel before stepping back out, because it's going to get quiet again before it gets loud again. Okay, I'm going to take one more and then the bottom. I think it's 2 cards. We'll take them both. So yeah, these cards make sense because you have children. Your love life is being affected by children, and I don't believe it's about children. It may be, if this is, we're talking about that third party, you waiting for somebody and whatnot, it may be related to the children. But I see the children as that Page of Pentacles, and you stepping out in the very green, very inexperienced, unfamiliar energy as it relates to love and romance this year. And it's going to be good. You're going to grow, you're going to develop, you're going to learn a lot about yourself and how you relate to other people. The interesting thing is the 4th card that came out is love yourself first. It says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Now, it came out in reverse, which tells me that you're gonna have to be mindful, because in that youth and inexperienced or unfamiliar, right? If you haven't been on the market in a really long time, just make sure you're not being very selfish this year as it relates to love and romance. Because pile 2, this third party energy, most of you, it feels like you. Some of you, it's past energy or ongoing energy that's following you with someone else. But most of you here, you are that point. You're the point of the triangle, okay? Stemming from these 2 people, and you're kind of playing the field, and you're kind of playing with people's emotions in a very selfish way with that love yourself first. It's like you feel like you haven't been on the market in a really long time. You should be able to play with people and just really experience things. But it's one thing to casually date around. There's another thing to have 2 relationships, okay? At the bottom of the deck, you have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So just make sure, because there at least one of these connections, well, not at least one of these connections is a person that you could truly be with. All of you in this pile, there's someone that's coming in, or that's around, that you could truly be with. And if you're doing a third party thing where you're that point, just make sure you don't miss out on a good thing because you're being very selfish. Okay, pile 2. So let me see with this next deck. Breakup. time apart is on the horizon. This may be short term or long term. I'm telling you, there's somebody you're going to be seeing this year, Pal 2. Most of you, the situation varies, right? Whether it's someone that third party, blah, 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 all of the scenarios are talked about. But there's going to be a pause where you retreat and you kind of take a step back. You and somebody's going to break up. Missed chances. I don't know if you were just playing too many games or they were playing too many games, but it just feels like there's going to be a pause this year at some point. Like, it's going to be good. You're going to you're going to be feeling things out. You're going to be dating, and then boom, there's going to be a separation between you and somebody. Okay. And for those of you where this is past energy, this could be you stepping out of that Eight of Swords energy. Stop where you're not waiting for that person anymore. That one almost wanted to come out. Let's see if I can get... Okay, very soon. Now, it showed itself last pile, but it did not come out. Be clear about what you want, and that's a clear. That's a direct message, pal. So be clear about what you want, because within a blink of an eye, it will be yours. So again, if you've been manifesting love, if you've been talking about praying for love and what you want in a partner, it's going to be right there in your face. But the question is, are you prepared for it? Because you're that Page of Pentacles right now. You're just stepping out into the real world. You're just now stepping out into the material world. It's very early for you. And I see 2022, it's going to reveal it. Like, it's coming. It's coming. And you're being encouraged to not let that opportunity pass you by and to not self-sabotage once you get in it, okay? You have butterflies. Enjoy the overwhelming excitement and bliss of new or old love. And it talks about just allowing yourself to feel those romantic feelings, allowing yourself to explore those, okay? So let me get one more, and then I'm going to take the bottom. Lots of cards want to come out, but they are not. Like, so much going on with you, Pal 2, this year. We got 2 cards, so you just don't listen. Every time I tell you one, you tell me 2. So again, it's giving me player energy. It's giving me that you're going to be a player this year, Pal 2. And I'm not going to say you need to stop, because we don't judge here, but I would hate to see you self-sabotage an authentic connection because you want your cake and to eat it too. Okay, you have security. What is yours will always be yours. This love is secured by the divine. So it talks about comfort. It talks about you being very comfortable and almost taking someone for granted. So don't be so comfortable in a connection that you fumble it, right? Exciting news. Good news is coming your way, whether it be a pregnancy, an engagement, or moving in together. Get excited to celebrate. We talked about, I think, moving in with someone for the first time, or just in general, if it's not for the first time, maybe the first time in a long time for some of you. But it looks like you're going to move in with somebody. Like, you're going to be very stable in a connection. Even if you don't get married, you're going to move in with somebody by the end of the year. So we have this harmony. There seems to be some disconnect. Use this time to address any issues to restore harmony in this relationship. So, okay. I'm going to put it up here. Well, I don't want to put it there because I need space for my adult theme deck. You got a lot of baggage, Pal 2. So it talks about the self-sabotage. It talks about being very young as it relates to love and romance with children, and a Page of Pentacles. Like, it shows like chaos for the sake of chaos, right? It talks about you finding drama where there is none. You kind of being a poor communicator as it relates to your connections. Again, very young, very inexperienced energy, or unfamiliar. So this is a warning to not self-sabotage in your romantic connection this year. I say connection because there is one very specific connection, even if you've got the 2, that you should be focused on this year, okay? And it's coming in hot, okay? It's coming in very soon. Like, that's probably why you're in that Page energy. You weren't quite ready for that kind of connection. Like, you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, 2022, that's my year for love. Like, I'm gonna be with somebody by the end of the year. But then, like, February hits and you're like, whoa, hold on. I wasn't prepared, like, the beginning of the year. I didn't think it was gonna happen at the beginning of the year. So that's what's happening for you right now. And because you're not in I don't want to say you're not in alignment with the connection. It's just, you seem to be overwhelmed by it, or you will be overwhelmed by it when it comes in, if it hasn't, because I'm speaking about it as though it's already here. Yeah. So we're going to step into this adult theme energy. What's sex going to be like in 2022 for pile 2? Two cards. Listen, pile 2. The number 2 is significant, but it's giving, like I talked about earlier, okay? And this card came out in pile 1. We've got romantic. And we've got obsession. So the person that you're going to be thinking about all the time, the person always on your mind, is the one that that you really should be focused on. And that on the rebound, it shows that like you don't like how intense your feelings are for this person, because you're not used to feeling with romantic feelings and such, very young energy. You're not used to that type of true love. And because of that, it's creating chaos within you to the point where that on the rebound card, that third party that you've inserted into this connection, or will, I don't know why I'm talking about present tense, you will insert into, it's just a distraction because you're so overwhelmed. You're like, I gotta let this go. I have to self-sabotage. I can't be with that person. Like you're really like just trying to not be so obsessed. Again, maybe codependency. I think we talked about that trying to come out twice in 2 different decks. That obsession, like you think about this person so much that you feel like it's unhealthy. So you're trying to like get it out of your system by trying to be with somebody else, like sharing your energy with somebody else so that you don't think about them as much. But it's actually, that's counterproductive, right? And sacred sex. So yeah, I mean, sex this year, you're going to have sex with a very specific person this year, okay? I feel like I want one more, so I'm not going to take secret sex, but you're going to have sex with a very specific person this year, pile 2. And it is going to, it's going to have you whipped. It's going to have you obsessed. It's going to have you acting crazy, apparently. Not saying acting crazy in terms of like externally, but you're going to be feeling crazy on the inside. And it's going to be very passionate, and it's going to make you do some crazy things and almost self-sabotage the connection, okay? One more. There we go. Expectations. And that's what it is, that insecurity on your part of, can you live up to this person's expectation? Can you be all that they need? As young as you are, as unfamiliar as you are, as inexperienced as you are, right? Like, are you able to satisfy this person sexually? Some of you are gonna like be out in the streets just for sexual experience. Like, I don't want to say you're gonna be cheating on this person, but it's like just the experience of trying to figure out how to please this person, which again is counterproductive. And you have self-pleasure, which is that selfish energy we talked about earlier. So just be mindful that you don't get so wrapped up in yourself that you sabotage this connection, because it does feel like on a sexual level you're going to be very, very selfish this year, which is good. I mean, it means that you're out getting what you want, but just make sure that it's not to someone else's detriment, okay? Especially if this is someone that you love and can see yourself with. So in this other deck you have, I'm testing your limits. Okay, and you're not getting super sexual energy, which makes me believe that you are inexperienced already, and that this year you're going to be focused on 1-2 people sexually, pile 2. You have sex with your ex at the bottom, so stop that. If this is not the person that you're going to be with, like some of you, this is the person that you're going to be with, that person that you left alone, that is going to come back in and blah, 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 blah. Others of you are going to kind of insert your ex as a third party into a new connection and really do some damage. Testing your limits. It's almost like you're testing this person that true love person, that person that you should be focused on, pile 2, that's going to be coming in. So this, your pile seems to be a huge warning. It's a good pile. I don't want you to feel like this is bad. All of the quote unquote negative attributes of the pile are things that are your personal issues that could be avoided. Okay, like the good, like what's coming in love for you 2022, at least 2 people that want to be with you. You just got to pick the person that you should be with. Honestly, there's a very clear indicator that, of who you should choose. right? Some of you are going to be punishing that past love for having you in a third party by inserting them into a third party and vice, you know what I mean? Things like that. Like there's various scenarios with this pile, but if you step out of, I don't want to say ego, but that's the word that's coming to me, and you just really embrace the love of whatever connection you feel, you know, that strong pull to this year, without self-sabotaging, without punishing that person, without testing them, and that I'm testing your, it's gonna be fine. Like it's gonna be a really good it's gonna be a really good connection, okay? And okay, so what happens now, I'm like shuffling. For whatever reason, I felt like I ran out of space for the video. like I got like a weird alert and I thought I was running out of space. So I was like, what, already? So it's like you feel like you don't have the space, you don't have the capacity for the type of love that you're calling in, which is unfortunate. So just like I said, if you're not ready, get ready. Or you can run away from the connection and miss out on it, but you know, that's on you. Got mixed signals. I feel like, yeah. Some of you are going to be sending lots of mixed signals this year sexually, because we're talking about what's coming in for you sexually in 2022, and you may be getting mixed signals from someone sexually, but I'm feeling like that's you sending out the mixed signals, because you're the one that's kind of going out and doing whatever you want, most of you, right? With that Page of Pentacles, really fresh exploration energy. So you're kind of sending mixed signals, and some of you don't want to be tied down. You're like, you know what, I just got in these streets, I'm not ready to go inside yet. You know what I mean? Like kids that are playing outside, it's like, oh, I just got outside, I don't want to go back in the house. Like that's some of your energy for 2022. Like I said, just don't miss out on something good. I don't want you to have any regrets. Open the relationship. Exactly. That fear of commitment, that not wanting to be tied down too soon. There's someone else. Again, we talked about this third party energy, that selfish energy, that having your cake and eating it too. What's that? Try new things, right? You want to try new things. You want to explore. You want to further grow and develop romantically. You want to date around. You want to experience the dating world and such. So that's the energy that you're in for 2022, just in the midst of wanting all of these experiences, of wanting to have, you know, all of these sexual encounters. It doesn't have to be multiple. It could be 1, 2 with 2 different people. Just make sure you're not playing with people's emotions, taking advantage of people, you know, hurting people, you know, this year in your quest for fun, right? An adventure. So let me pull from this last deck and we will wrap this up. You had a lot going on, so I feel like your power was long too. These are not intended to be long, but I mean, we're looking at a whole year. We're looking at a whole year. Let's see, power 2. Sweet surrender. I almost feel like this is advice for you. Sweet surrender. And soft whispers. So what are you being called to? I'm telling you, with this obsessed card and expectations, testing limits, like romantic, like surrender, like this person that you're gonna fall in love with this year, Pile 2, is really going to put it on you. Like, you are not going to be right. And that's probably what your problem is. You're like, oh no, this is way too good to be true. I can't have anybody. It's about control. It's like with that surrender card. Like, you don't want somebody to have that kind of control over you. You're like, oh no, they're not about to have me whipped. Like, I can't see myself. Like, Pile 2, I could never, right? Like, very arrogant energy. I like it. But at the end of the day, it's okay to fall in love, and it feels like you're going to fall in love this year. And because of that, whatever natural obsessive tendencies, if you have them, are going to expand. Or if you're not the type, you're going to be very fixed on this person in a way that's going to make you want to try to shake them, right? There's somebody that you're going to want to shake this year, and it's not realistic. I mean, you can if you want to self-sabotage, but you're being encouraged to surrender and just hear that call, because soft whispers talks about you know, that nudge, right? Like feeling like you should be doing something specific, even if you don't do it. So, but I'm telling you, something about this person, like the way that they speak to you, the way they whisper to you during sex, the way they take control over you during sex, like they have control over your heart, and you do not like it. Like, you're not gonna like it this year. Like, it's like hot and cold. Like you're gonna like the way you feel, but you're not gonna like the fact that you're out of control. So you're gonna have to release that control power to for this person you're gonna meet this year, or if you're gonna rekindle with, or you know that you're already exploring things with. I would encourage you to not try to shake this, but if that's not what you want, that's not what you want. The only reason I say I wouldn't encourage you to try to shake it is if this year you want to explore and play and like, you know, really experience things. That is your prerogative, and I love that for you. But like that doesn't mean that this person's gonna be there next year once you're tired of being in the streets. Okay, so just keep that in mind about what it is you actually want. Just figure out what you want this year on a romantic level, because you can have whatever you want. You can be single and free and dating around. You're gonna be like what could be the love of your life. Like you're gonna have a really good year in 2022. Okay, Pal 2. So like just do whatever you want and make sure that you could live with whatever decisions you make. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Pile 3, if you selected this heart-shaped black lace agate, then this is your reading. We are going to see your 2022 love predictions. What's next in love this year? What's going to happen? I have this tarot deck, and then I have 3 love-based oracle decks, and I also have 3 adult-themed oracle decks. So let's just get into 2022, and right away, what is this? Ooh, Knight of Wands. So very, very passionate, fast-paced energy for you. So if you've been stagnant, it's moving. Okay, it's moving. You probably see it moving now, and if you haven't been stagnant, it's just gonna get even faster from here. I'm seeing for 2022, Pile 3, no hesitation. Like I see you pursuing people, and I see you taking like just pursuing. Like if you're interested in somebody, you're gonna make it very clear to them right away. Like I want to get to know you. Like I want to date you. Like that's the energy that you're going to be in. Very confident, not even thinking about it. Like I'm telling you, like when I say no hesitation, like you hopefully, like I don't have any other cards yet, but like hopefully you don't even regret some of the people that you pursue, because it's like you know what, I like them, let's see. That's the energy that you're going to be in this new year. And it feels like people are going to be that way towards you as well, but that's definitely the energy you're going to be in. So let me get 2 more and take the bottom so we can see what's going on. And just like that, I got 3 in reverse, and I don't want 3. I genuinely don't want 3. But whatever blockage you have, Pile 3, you need to clear that out as you step into this new year, or you're not gonna enjoy your romantic connections. Okay, so I want the 2. I'm committed to the number 2. Okay, the World, a completed cycle. But it also talks about that Knight of Wands kind of chasing the world, like really pursuing something with meaning, like a connection that's long lasting, something of valuable, a connection like someone you could grow old with. So like you're not just all willy-nilly Knight of Wands, just dating everyone you find attractive. It's much deeper than that. Like this pursuit, like you're looking for a life partner this year. Like you're very actively engaged on that. Like this is what, like you're on the prowl, you're on the hunt. Like you would like to settle down soon. I can see that very clearly for you, Pile 3, and this is what you want. Like it's a stark contrast from Pile 2. So if you pick both, there just may be some parts of it where it connects, or it may tie in later as I develop. But right now you are on the hunt for a life partner. That is what you want, and you're not gonna settle for anything less than that. So let me find my final card in the bottom. What is that? Nope, it didn't want, it jumped right back in. Lots of cards thinking about it. And when I said 1, you said 2. So if some of you did pick Pile 2, you have the Empress, and you have the 6 of Swords. Okay, and then at the bottom you have the Ace of Wands. So lots of passion. Okay, I honestly, this year is all about new connections for you, okay, or a new connection with that Ace of Wands. Like this is a new, very, very passionate experience coming in, someone that's going to make you feel like the world, someone that makes you feel like the empress regardless of what gender. The world is that I want to say that maybe fixed energy, like similar to the Wheel of Fortune, but the Empress is Taurus energy, so those are placements for very specific placements, which is making me feel like there's a specific person coming in. The fact that I do have zodiac energy, it's feeling like Taurus energy, okay? And even if not, that second house energy of wanting something stable, something serious, something real, something long lasting. And that's the energy that you are very actively pursuing with that Knight of Wands and that Ace of Wands energy this year, okay? So like I feel like the person stepping in, if when you find that, because a lot of you will find something of that nature, there's going to be a lot of traveling with that Six of Swords, lots of what you would consider luxury, because the Empress just feels very spoiled. This is someone that's going to make you feel the way you've never felt before. I'm not certain when you're going to find that, but you're probably going to find it fairly quickly, because with that Ace of Wands and that Knight of Wands, like I can see that you're already actively on that mission. Like you're actively on that mission to find that World card where you can kind of feel that Empress energy, or someone that you can make feel like that Empress energy, whatever energy you're resonating with right now. Because some of you are definitely looking for a spouse. So let me pull from these love-based oracle decks to see what else I can get, because I'm definitely seeing like that's the overall thing for 2022 for Pile 3 is looking for the love of your life, looking for your spouse, looking for someone that will spoil you, that you can spoil, someone that you can travel with, someone that is your counterpart, that is your equal in terms of whatever criteria you have, which is and 3 cards came out immediately. Immediately. And it's crazy. At the bottom, I'm going to tell you about it, because Knight of Wands, and this is going to be interesting because I'm interested in seeing how this is going to develop. If the traditional meaning of this card, you have transitional love, which is you're attracting a relationship that serves as a transitional role, could be the perfect pastime, which it feels like this Knight of Wands, right? Very active, chasing of something. And that for me can also mean that transitional love. Like you may date around a little bit before you find that person, or like, you know what I mean? Because you're so actively on that mission, you may date, there's a lot of transitional relationships, or you may stumble upon someone that you think is that energy, but really they're just transitional until that person comes in. But look, you've got the Knight of Wands, transitional love, and you've got Six of Swords all floating to that right angle, and it's just chasing something, heading into a situation, right? Well, you have long distance, and she's also facing that same direction. It says it may be tough to keep the love alive, or they live in another location from you. Try to stay positive. So here's the thing. Before I get I have the 2 that came out, and before I get to it, that long distance thing that you have, Pile 3, it is, if it's current or when it comes in, it's gonna be the transitional thing. Like that long distance, like actual long distance, like it's transitional, or it was, or it will be, because you have next into the unknown, right? You must proceed without knowing what the future holds. Conquer your fear of the unknown. And that's important because you never know what the future holds, right? We look at these cards, we try to see what's coming in 2022, and I'm going to tell you, but at the end of the day, if there's a connection that is long distance, or you come into a long distance situation soon, it's going to feel good. You're going to want to cling to it, or you have clung to it, but it's transitional. It was meant to push you, teach you something, right? Develop you in some way so that you could eventually move past it, right? Transitional. It was meant for you to learn something to move on. And with this World card, you stepping into completing that cycle of that long distance connection, that transitional love, and you're going to step into that unknown, right? Which is going to take you, right, to that Empress energy. It's going to take you to that Ace of Wands, that Six of Swords, because it feels like a very new connection coming in hot right behind whatever that long distance connection is. And it's beautiful because final card you have is wish come true. Someone will possess all the qualities you ever wanted in a partner, a dream come true. So whatever that long distance situation is lacking or will be lacking, whether it could be as simple as geography, like the actual distance itself is the issue. There's somebody close by, hot, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, somebody close by, that is either coming in with that Six of Swords or that is already in your proximity that you are not even aware of, or that you can't quite see it for what it is, right? You may be holding on to that long distance thing, right? Or if it's internet based, or if it's over the web, you know what I mean? Like there's distance of some form, something you're holding on to that's serving as a transition into the unknown for that actual connection that is a wish come true, okay? What you've actually been manifesting. So let's see what else we've got for love in 2022 for pile 3. I'm interested in this long distance thing. I hope we get more information about that just because it feels a bit vague for you. Let's see. I got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So like if you're not, like, I don't know, like with that into the unknown, like if there's someone you're not sure if they feel the same way, you're going to see like someone that you're going to like or do whatever. It's already the new year. So it's looking like it's going to develop. We're going to see it. You have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we talked about that. That's what you're looking for. We talked about that. So, you know, you're really going to get what you're looking for this year. At the bottom, you have free yourself. So if you have the baggage of another connection, something that's long distance within this year, then just know that don't rush it, because when you see things in advance, you'll be like, oh, I saw the lady on YouTube and she said, you know, I need to let this thing go, or it's long distance, so I'm not going to engage it, because it's a transitional love. Like you may not encounter, like if you mess up and deviate from the plan, you may not encounter that situation that's going to put you in that Empress energy, or that you're going to be able to put somebody else in that Empress energy, if that makes sense. Like you're not going to reach that person because you deviated off the path, if that makes sense. So definitely engage the connection, the long distance one, and allow it to serve its purpose and to flow its course. Okay, I'm seeing at the bottom finances and career, so that may be relevant to the connections that you experienced this year. Let me get one more and take the bottom. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Ooh, so I'm not, that's not what you think it is. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. You got somebody watching you, pile 3. What? This is interesting. It's getting juicy. You have like a secret admirer coming in, if they're not already here. Like with into the unknown, long distance isn't just a long distance connection. It's somebody watching you from afar. And then you have into the unknown with the romantic feelings. You know, you got that codependency, which is kind of obsessive energy. And then with deception, that mask, it's like somebody that you can't quite see is watching you. Somebody that's going to come out to play soon. I say come out. I have no idea where that came from. Somebody that's going to come out to play. Okay, that's what I heard. Ace of Wands. Like it's giving. Someone that's really, really fixated on you, that really wants to give you the world, that's really seeing you as the Empress, or sees, you know, the potential for you to be their Empress, regardless of gender, right? Like interchange it with the Emperor if that makes you more comfortable. But somebody's watching you, and or will be watching you, and like they're just kind of waiting to strike. Like they're going to be waiting to strike. That's what that transitional love is. Like they're going to be waiting to see how to pursue you. That's Interesting. So maybe that's what you can't see as you're fixated on that distance, that long distance thing. For if that applies to some of you, right? Because these are general messages and they don't always apply very specifically for everyone. There's bits and pieces that may not be for you, that you may not identify with, and like I always say, just take what parts are for you. But that just was interesting, that somebody is like watching you. And it's also for some of you, and it could be both or all three scenarios, where someone is not being completely honest with you about how they feel with that deception. Like somebody's way more interested in you than they're leading on. Like they're like pretending they're not that interested in you with that long distance. And that's way too many cards. We're just gonna hold on to this and shuffle in a second. But like with that, like they're pretending they're not interested in you, but you're really everything they ever like wanted, with wish come true and the world and the Empress. But like for whatever reason, they're not, like with codependency, like they're making it seem like they like you more than they're letting on with deception and long distance. I don't know why it's confusing like that. But again, maybe this person is just confusing. If there's someone that you're interested in, like you don't have to even be interested in this person. It's just someone around that likes you more than they're allowing you to see, or will be around this year, because we're talking about the whole year and it's just the beginning. So let me see. Building a future, which we talked about that. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. So you're definitely going to find somebody worth building a future with this year. Definitely, which is the goal. We talked about it. And then you have magnetic souls. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards one another. So it's like an instant connection with somebody that's happening this year. With Into the Unknown and codependency and the whole underlying someone that doesn't want you to really like you, whether you know this person or not, whether you are interested in this person or not, at this point in time, it's like that's an instant moment. Like there was a moment, or will be a moment, that pulls you and this person together, where you're going to instantly kind of feel a connection, whether or not you both acknowledge it, right? But that's definitely something. It's also feeling like someone you may continuously encounter until you address it with the magnet, right? You may see each other out and about coincidentally, whatever the word is, right? I feel like I want to fix this. Let me get this in a good position, because I want one more. I don't want multiple cards. I want one more in the bottom. And then we're going to hop into those adult themed decks. Family and friends. The support of... Oh, okay. Well, that's not the card we wanted. I'm going to put it back, because even as I was reading it, it just wasn't feeling quite right. So I don't know what is going on with this pile right now. Something shifted. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, but something shifted. And then just like that, I see watch out, but it's attached to like 5 other cards. Let's see. One more. We have annoyance. You or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off to avoid more arguments. It's giving somebody that you didn't want to like. And then you have security. What is yours will always be yours. This love is secured by the divine. Let me take the bottom. Missed chances. Have you considered all your options? Did you give it everything in the end? We only regret the chances that we didn't take. Oh, that's what's going on. I was like, what's going on? What is going on? Okay. You got a new situation coming in, right? You got a new situation coming in. I feel like you have more than one secret admirer, pile 3. You have more than one person that's interested in you that you may or may not be aware of, right? One of these people, one of these people is someone from the past, like a transitional love, like that long distance, someone that someone that feels like they missed their chance with you. And they're really watching you. And the reason why the cards got chaotic just now as I was trying to pull from this deck is because like it's like you already was starting to feel it, and you were like, no, I'm over it. It's funny, you were like, no, I'm over it. Like they had their chance, right? That's you not even like recognizing the connection for what it was, a transitional love, right? That distance. That's why there's distance now. If there wasn't before, or if there isn't distance now, at that point in time, there will be distance between you two, because some of you may travel, may move with that Six of Swords. But yeah, you're going to be looking at someone else. You're going to be interested in someone else, or, you know, you like, I feel like, okay, so I don't know the exact timeline because I wasn't looking for that, but some of you are going to have like a situation where there was someone from the past that's kind of like watching you, and they feel like they missed their chance. And then at the same time, there's going to be someone new also watching you that you're not sure what's going on with that. And then there's also going to be like, it's a mess. You got a lot going on, pile 3, but it's fun. What's the other one? I can't even see the other one anymore. That's how you got people watching you, pile 3. Just know that you got secret admirers, you got people secretly watching you, because like I can't even quite see it myself. Okay, so just be mindful of the people that are watching you. I'm hoping that at least one of them reveals themselves, and it looks like they will. But you're gonna be seeing someone this year, and I'm wondering if it's gonna be one of these people that's watching you. You know, like, because that Ace of Wands is like it's like lighting a match, right? It's like lighting a candle. Like it was previously dark and now there's a light, like a revelation of some sort. So it may be one of these people that's watching you. We'll see. But you got a lot of people watching you in 2022 as you actively pursue something deeper for yourself. So let me see what's going on sexually for you. What's going on for pile 3 as it relates to sex? Oh, right away, hot sex. Go pile 3, that's you in 2022. So you got hot sex, you got domination, no bondage and such. I mean, that's fun. Let's see. Oh, right away. I mean, sex for you is hot. It's freaky this year because like a card just threw itself out. 2 cards just threw themselves out. What is going on? How did this fall? I'm just going to take them sideways like they landed. Fantasies. So you may be exploring in those glasses and making me feel like you're seeing something clear. So there's somebody you're going to see a lot clearer this year. Okay, romantically. And or maybe you see somebody for the first time. Like maybe one of these secret admirers comes out and you can see them. But again, you have fantasies coming in. So I see you exploring sexually this year, pile 3, like hot sex, domination, fantasies coming in, new concepts relating to sex, tease coming in, sideways is incoming energy as well. And at the bottom, fetish. So it's giving like maybe bondage, it's giving like exploration sexually, it's giving testing and experimenting. Okay, so let me it's giving Dom sub. Okay, let me get from this other deck what's going on in sex for pile 2. Need to be uninhibited. Yeah, it's definitely giving freedom. It's feeling like you're going to be very free, very liberated, opening up this year. At the bottom, you have playing hard to get. So obviously, you're going to do a tease thing. You're going to tease a lot of people, or a lot of people are going to see you as a tease this year, pile 2. A lot of people are going to see you as a tease. Let me see. Pile 3. What's this? I don't want that one. Give me 2 or 3 more. Submit to me. Yep, it's giving Dom sub. And maybe I'll get one more and take the bottom. But if I get 2, it'll balance it out with the other deck. Want to make you scream. So very hot, very loud sex apparently this year for you, and worth waiting. So whoever is watching you, like there's somebody watching you, and it's this makes me feel like there's somebody that is waiting in the trenches for their chance, and that it's gonna be really, it's gonna be interesting when you two, like when they step out, if you're interested, like the sex is gonna be real wild. But either way, whoever you end up having sex with this year is giving down sub, right? Domination, submit to me, from two different decks actually, bondage and such. So it just, I mean, I just split the deck. You have erotic bliss. I'm gonna do the last two decks. Last two piles. I got one card from this deck in the bottom. Love Secret. Ooh, number 22 may be relevant, and it's talking about that. What did I just say? Secret admirer. I've been talking about it for a while, and balance and unity. So this person is going to come in. So I'm feeling two. Somebody that missed their chance, or maybe this may be the same person for some of you. Someone feels like they missed their chance, and they're watching you, and they're just waiting for the right moment to strike. I'm hearing passing through, like transitional love, like passing through. Like they met you in passing, or like they were interacting with you in passing, and they didn't like they didn't realize then that like they were interested. Or I'm also seeing that situation where it's a past person that missed their chance because it was transitional. There's distance now. I'm seeing someone new just lurking in the background that's interested in you, that's hoping that they don't miss their chance. But like you're gonna have, and you know what, I shuffled this deck. This is not a new deck. I've had it for a while, and I shuffled it each pile. But I feel like one of the other piles, I got numbers as steps, right? Like 3, 2, 1. I have 22 and 21 here now, right? So Love Secret and Balance and Unity is feeling like someone is going to come out. A secret admirer is going to come out, and that makes sense with that World Empress energy. Like someone's going to come out, and they're really going to want to show you that they deserve you, show you that they're worthy of you, show you that you're a prize. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so yeah, that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.